also in the final. He's waiting for either Tier or Life to face him. And Deer is up against Jungbi, where the one of them is going to face SC. The updates in the bracket now. And this will probably be concluded for the afternoon, for the early group today. Later on we'll have 4 additional brackets, but now we're focusing on 2 GSL players. To the top right of the map, we have a starting for his team for Complexity Gaming. It is Killer. And he's up against a Zerg player here. One Zerg player who is really strong these days. He has shown it in the GSTL. To the bottom left, we have in blue the Zerg player, the Leenock. It is Leenock.
Now, you know, you mentioned this and you gave a bunch of updates just now. And a lot of people are tweeting at me on Twitter about this. I'm actually going to post the brackets right now. They're on Wikipedia, but some people seem to be not able to find them, or maybe they're like on their mobile phone or something. It's too complicated for them. If you're on Twitter right now and you follow me on ProxyWolf, I'm going to post right at this moment the brackets. I just did it. I posted them. So if you guys are looking for, you know, where these guys are, where they came from, you know, or your friends are asking, whatever, just go look at Wolf's Twitter. You just posted it there, or you can go to teamliquid.net. Just go to Liquipedia. That's where I just posted the link to. So look at those brackets and check them out. Yeah, just wanted to put that out there so that you guys can see it for yourselves. It's really well organized.
We don't
Match first. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't have any kind of probing with from Killer now, which surprises me a little bit. There is no probe on the minimap. What you usually do against a Zerg player as a Protoss, you want to know when exactly he's building his when he's getting his gas for once, and also when he's getting his pool. So you send out the probe after he built the pylon, but what Killer does here is starting with the Nexus first, and he wants to have all the minerals that he can, well, accumulate in this amount of time, so not sending out anything. Therefore he has the Nexus and also the Forge a little bit faster. Whereas Leenock here starts with the Hatch first, as you already pointed out. This is a bit unusual, because usually a Zerg player is a bit reluctant to do this against the Protoss, because there is always the chance of him starting off with cannons and trying to take down your base.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised he didn't at least send a drone to check once there was no probe in his main. This is what happened here is Killer didn't send a probe, so Leenock was like, well, no probe. I guess I can. He's not going to block me on my natural. Send his drone down to check, and he was like, okay. He made the hatchery, but I was a little bit surprised he didn't send anything to double check. But in the end, it's going to be fine. Like you mentioned, Killer went for a hatch first, and with the lack of probe scout, that really lets him get that forge up very quickly as well, which is pretty safe. He sees, of course, in the main base. All right, no gas, and you know you want to see that gas, but most of the time, unless it's a crazy early pool, you're going to be able to get in there and see it, even with this late scout timing. So I like this from Killer. It's not always the safest, what he's done here, and you can't deny the hatchery, but got him that forge up a little faster, and look at this. He even gets to deny the third.
The third now with the probe block, and the probe is still staying around. This is going to be very important. Leenock needs to take down the probe as fast as possible. You don't want to have a probe lingering on the map when you are just droning up. And here are the Zerglings. Yes, there's the cancel on the pylon, exactly. So let's see how this is actually going to plan out for Leenock here. Leenock with a great shape just recently. They're training a lot for GSTL, and this is a great spot for Killer to actually hide his probe. I like this a lot, and Leenock might not be able to see it. That's exactly what Killer is hoping here. But this is great. This is actually a great place on the map. I don't think that has been used too much in the past.
Yeah, people always find good places to put pylons. The thing about pylon placement is the good places always get figured out the fastest because they're good for a reason. Then sometimes you find another place that is hidden or that's still good, where you can still warp in certain locations, and this is pretty cool. No vision of that pylon just there, or rather that probe, which could potentially make pylons. He's also going to go back and scout with that later.
+1 attack upgrade now for Killer. He wants to go for a gateway timing here, and on this map, of course, the Immortal push is really strong. We've seen Blink Stalkers a lot, and now the probe is still alive. It has not been spotted, and what exactly is Killer going to do with this? What do you think? Is he going to go for the pylon? Is he trying to get some scouting information? I think with the position that he's in right now, he can definitely try to sneak in a pylon, because yeah, Leenock has to assume at this point there's no problem.
I think he will go with 4 gateway pressure, and it's not on camera right now, but I see he's made the 3 gateways, actually going up to 5. So is he really going to commit? Yeah.
Yes, he is. He's completely committing to this.
Yeah, he's going to do the old school 6-gate push, this one without a lot of sentries.
And Leenock has no idea. With the units that he has in position, he will assume that there is no probe. He's once again poking just a little bit, just looking on the map. He has overlords spread out everywhere, but he might not catch this in time. He feels safe to drone up. He's still building his Roach Warren at the normal timing. He starts to tech to T2 at the same time. He sees the Zealot on the map, but there's the pylon now. The pylon for Killer is building at the position of the 4th, bottom left for Leenock. This can get very dangerous here.
Yeah, he's losing some lings here as well. Only making 4 lings with 4 more drones on the way. He does have the Roach Warren coming through here. But this, if he doesn't see the first warping of units, if he waits for a second one, this will just be out of hand. 5 Stalkers
is spotted. He's moving out, and here comes the Overlord in the main base. He knows what's going on, and he will immediately start his Roach production. There they are. Roach Warren finishes. 8 Roaches building, but the units are already in position for Killer.
Really fast attack here, coming through with +1. Stalkers chasing down this Queen. I'm not sure if that's what they should be doing, but they're going back. They get the Overlord, which actually supply blocks him, and now he's going to take out some of these drones. No mining at this 3rd base.
And the second round of warp-ins will be ready in just a few seconds. Here they are, the Stalkers. Killer in a great position. Leenock certainly in trouble here. He needs more units, but first of all, he needs some Overlords. He's still supply blocked.
Yep, and with the way that he's engaging this, he's taken so many hits already. The timing is the most important part of this. He's going to kill his hatchery, which will limit the production. Look at this, the way that this is being microed by Killer is so nice. And now just targeting those Zealots on the hatchery while attacking the Roaches with the Stalkers. Perfectly done here, he will get both.
Great performance by Killer here. There it is, the hatch is gone. Leenock on 2 bases against 2, running away from the Broodlings, warp-in after warp-in, and Killer can further commit to this. He has 37 probes. This is well enough to make sure that he has the warp-ins ready in order to contest units, Leenock's production. Leenock is on 2 hatches right now. He has the Queens for the saturation, for the inject, but at the same time he doesn't have a macro hatch. And Killer now with a follow-up going for the Twilight Council here. This is great. Killer did everything that this push was designed to achieve.
Yep. He's got the Twilight Council going up as well as the 4th base. Not trying to overcommit here. And he's just going to go home and be happy. And he's basically going to say, all right, well, soon I'll get my robotics as well. I will take a 3rd base. You're going to be trying to fix the damage I've done. You're putting a band-aid on things while I'm driving away in my convertible car. I'll see you later. Hope you get well soon.
This is really annoying for Leenock now, because he loses not only production, but also, of course, the mining time, the saturation that he had, and this is tricky. So him trying to get back into this game will, first of all, just circle around the idea of trying to have a quick glimpse at the 3rd base of his opponent. Is Killer trying to expand after this, or is he going for a second wave of attack? What is the Protoss player doing? Really important for Leenock to figure this out. That's what he's doing now. And we have the Infestation Pit now, so he will be able to get the Fungals into play if he wants to. He needs Pathogen Glands though, so that his Infestors start with additional starting energy so that the first Fungal is readily available. +1 attack is of course done, and now with the Twilight Council he started the +2 attack upgrade. Killer that is.
Yeah, and you're right about the Pathogen Glands. He's going to need that soon, but I like the choice to get the Infestors first this time specifically, because he knows if he tries to wear Pathogen Glands, if there's an attack coming, he won't be ready. But now he's going to have the Infestors out, just a few of them, building up that energy, and then he'll get the energy upgrade so that the future Infestors will be like this. +1 coming out here, but a bit later than he would have liked. He was just faced with so much pressure that it wasn't a comfortable timing for him. But this can become important with +2 already finished. 4 Killer's units, if he fights him like this, even though he may have a Spirit Roach count, he's going to be in trouble.
Killer apparently has no ambitions of getting another base. He has still a very, very low probe count, if you think of it. So he's not trying to saturate the 3rd base at all. He's just going for the second wave of attack with 29 Stalkers. Blink is ready. We have +2 attack, but a lot of Roaches now, and with the Infestors, they are going to be key. He's going for the run-by. There is no block whatsoever, and Killer is actually forced to retreat. A little bit of hesitation here as he decides to go for the attack after all. He's basically sacking his economy in the main base.
Yep, he's warping in another round of Stalkers right now. His economy is totally shut down. It's going to be hard to make this work with Infestors here, especially with the concave he will have with these Roaches unless he hesitates. Stalker's blinking in here. He does get most of them inside.
The Fungals, they hit. There's no blink ready. And Leenock looking great here. He takes down the production and, of course, also the mining for Killer. And he's ready with another set of roaches. And this oh so important Infestus. He's moving in now. Again, no Fungals available at this point. But Leenock is already way ahead. His supply is tripling Killer's supply. This is not going to work for the Protoss player after all.
Yeah, he's got so many different options here. Killer trying to make this work. A few more infested Terrans being dropped here. On the Blink Micro, it's good. And, you know, he's got a lot of Stalkers, but with the production that Leenock has, he's eventually going to run out of steam. We're starting to see it happen here. GG. Leenock takes game 1. Nicely executed pressure from Killer. I think maybe he could have gone for the kill instead. It would have been a hard choice to make. But his transition here was not good enough to stop Leenock.
Leenock is just an awesome player. This guy is currently... I don't know, who said that Leenock is actually currently in the best shape of his life? It was one of the coaches, wasn't it, the last time?
I think it was Jessica who said that. She said that about, you know, she didn't play against them, but saying that Leenock was going to be a challenge for her because he's in the best shape of his life right now.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. I'm not quite sure if it was Jessica, but yes, it was one of the coaches definitely in the GSTL. And Killer, he played well. The opening was great, but Leenock was just ready for everything. And this is, I have to say that these games are just cool. I like this. We've seen a lot of Casper against StarCraft 2 player action today. Now we have one of the finals where we have 2 StarCraft 2 players. We, of course, will keep you updated on the other scores as well. And keep in mind that later on we'll have 4 additional groups, the last 4 groups for the day, with NST in them, by the way, just as a hint, in guys you don't know about it just yet. So, yeah. I know I mentioned it earlier. Wolf and I talked a little bit about it. Guys, this qualifier for the WCS, and I'm not talking about yesterday's match or today's matches, the qualifier itself that we have in August, this is going to be intense. This is going to be so crazy. I'm really looking forward to it. These games are going to be just, it's going to be so cool.
It's going to be sick, man. I mean, this is just kind of like our setup, trying to bring you guys any coverage we can, so that the English speakers get some commentary. They don't have to go through the trouble of trying to connect with the Korean GOM player. We're here just trying to bring the coverage to you guys as best as we can. And the coverage that we're going to have of those qualifiers, though, that is going to be sick. We're going to have awesome production quality. We're going to have players coming from all sorts of different backgrounds playing. Here, all of them Korean, just trying to fight for that spot in the WCS finals in Shanghai. So I'm looking forward to it. And we are basically just seeing pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah,
pieces of a puzzle that's part of something bigger coming together here.
Tier is, by the way, up in one of the finals. It's in Group J. He's up against Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Advanced over San. And Horror and ASD are fighting it out in Group K, whereas Group L is being played now, Leenock against Killer.
And SC, I don't know if you mentioned this, SC will play in the finals against Deer versus Jang. Whoever wins that will face SC. He was able to advance over StarTale Extreme. This is, things are starting to really kind of close out here for our first few groups. Leenock just 1 win away from getting that spot. Not able to get enough points in Code S. Killer's kind of been hanging around Code A recently, so he was nowhere near the qualifier spot, but I feel like Leenock was probably top 20, just not quite able to have enough points to get in here. So this is very important for him, and I think he's probably feeling pretty good right now talking to, I think Choya, we saw him on camera just for a second. 1 win away, just got to take out 1 more set. It's going to be on Ohana, as you guys can see there on screen, and it's going to be an important match for sure. I mean, I cannot stress enough, like, Killer's got to bring his A game here because he has not been able to get into Code S, and if he wins this match, then it's kind of another tournament he can prove himself in.
And the second map is about to start. We are going straight into the game. Ohana is the map, as Wolf already pointed out.